Hey friends, it's essentially Jessi. I'm back with another great way for you to discover high-end fragrances at a fraction of the cost. We're talking about royalty scents today, and I'm gonna share with you how easy it is. So let's get to it. Every month in my mailbox, I get this little white box with this little logo on it. This is a really great way to try out high-end perfumes, fragrances, colognes. They have men's and women's. This month I got 3 Tom Fords that I have not smelled, and I am super excited to try them because we all know Tom Fords cost a pretty penny. This is a good way for me to try it out before I buy it, see if it's really worth spending the money. And again, sometimes Tom Fords are a little bit difficult to understand at first. So when I first smelled Tom Ford's Black Orchid, I thought, this is a little too much. There's too much going on in this fragrance for me. But then now I love it. So this is a good way for me to try it out, see what my first impressions are, and then also what I'm thinking a week from now, 2 weeks from now. Is this a good fragrance for wearing to work? Is this a good fragrance for wearing on a date night? Do I like it? Do I not like it? So let's get into the 3 fragrances. The packaging is pretty cool. It's pretty simple, but it's pretty cool. So Royalty Scents is gonna have a little bit higher end, or I should say some more high-end fragrances than Scentbird does. Scentbird did have the Tiziana Terenzi fragrance that I reviewed and ended up purchasing because I love it and it's great for fall. But the Royalty Scents is going to have more options as far as Tom Ford, Creed, big brands like that, and more niche brands. So you open it up and it's got a little tissue paper, and here are my 3 fragrances. So you can pick 1 fragrance, 2 fragrances. You can get as many fragrances as you want per month. With Scentbird, I believe your options are 1, 2, or 3. But with Royalty Scents, you can choose more fragrances, or you can change it up. Like this month I could get 1 fragrance, put it on my calendar is what they call it. Or the next month I could change and say, hey, I want to try out 2 fragrances. And they also send you emails when they get new fragrances. So it's nice that you get to stay in the know on fragrances, but you don't actually have to leave your home, go to the perfume counter, smell it, all of those things. It comes right to your door. So this month I picked up Tom Ford Santal Blush, Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille, which I'm super excited to try out, and Tom Ford Orchid Soleil. The Tom Ford Santal Blush is the EDP version. They come in these little roller perfume things, and they are glass bottles, so you can see how much is left on the, how much of your fragrance is left. But it just rolls down. You can stick it in your purse. Guys, you can stick it in your pocket. It's gonna protect that fragrance and keep it from light damage, changing the fragrance. It's also gonna protect it from breaking. They put the little label on the bottom of the bottles now. They used to put them on the inside, but I'm glad that they're on the outside now. So this is Tom Ford Santal Blush, and this is the EDP version. So let me spray it on a card. I've already smelled this one before, because when I got it, I just had to smell it. So this is another one that's gonna be, this is unisex. It's called Santal Blush, which makes me think it might lean more feminine. There's a lot going on here. I think there's leather or suede. This is not fruity, this is not floral. It might be a little floral, but this is really a unisex fragrance. Let me look up the notes. Cinnamon bark oil, ylang ylang, and Australian sandalwood. But there is more going on than that. It says that the scent type is warm woods, and it's earthy and woody. It comes in one of the black bottles as opposed to one of the colored bottles. This is a spicy, woody unisex fragrance. Tom Ford says, a textured fusion of creamy sandalwood and exotic eastern spices collide with sumptuous woods and florals to create a soft, naked glamour with a mysterious spirit. I will definitely say that this is mysterious. I want to wear this. I want to see what other people think about this on me before I make my final judgment call on whether it's full bottle worthy or not. A full bottle will run you $250, and that is for a 1.7 ml. So a very hefty price tag for an ounce and 1.7 ounces of juice. but I'm just not sure. This is very mysterious. I think that's a great word for this Santal blush by Tom Ford. The next fragrance I want to talk about is Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford. This is a fragrance I have wanted to get my hands on for quite some time. And you can tell I haven't even opened this yet. I forgot that they are now coming in these little plastic cases. So it says on the bottom, Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. The juice on this one is a little more amber or golden color, which I think is fitting for Tobacco Vanille. Let me spray it and see what I think. This is classified as a unisex fragrance. It's obviously gonna have tobacco. It's obviously gonna have vanilla, but as all Tom Fords go, I'm sure there's more to it than that. Ooh, okay. So I did smell this. This is kind of like a Black Orchid moment because I smelled this at a fragrance counter maybe 6 months to a year ago. And I'm now revisiting it because at the time I didn't get a sample. I hate it whenever I forget to get a sample of something because sometimes I'll smell it and this is what happened there. I smelled it and I thought, I don't think that's for me. But now that I'm smelling it again, as my nose has matured, I do like it. And really, this is a great unisex fragrance. This is a boozy nighttime date night fragrance. This is, I can see my guy wearing this. I can see women purchasing this for their guys. This would not be a blind buy for a woman. She would need to have really enjoy the notes of tobacco, boozy notes. This is not gonna be a fruity, floral, fluffy fragrance. This is more of a mature, sophisticated fragrance. This is really nice. I am looking forward to trying this one out and possibly giving you guys a full review. This is Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. And lastly, we have Tom Ford's Orchid Soleil. This is, oh, and it even says where they're made on here. This one's made in Switzerland. This is the EDP concentrate. This one has a little red cap on it. And the juice is red. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is Orchid Soleil. This is reminding me of something. I can't put my finger on it. So at first spray, I thought this is feminine. And then as I'm smelling it, I can see a man wearing this. I think the orchid really makes it creamy, but there's something right off the top that was more feminine. So Orchid Soleil is a white floral tuberose. This is more marketed towards females than males, but I can see it as a unisex fragrance. It's a white floral, it has tuberose. It's sweet, it's listed as sweet. I don't think it's super sweet. Tom Fords are just not typically blind buy fragrances. You really have to look at the notes, know your nose, know what you like. So apparently this was released in 2016 and the notes are the spicy notes of pink pepper, bitter orange, and cypress. Then the heart turns into spider lily and tuberose, which is what I'm picking up on, enveloped by a warm base of chestnut cream, vanilla, patchouli, and orchid. This is really gonna have a very nice dry down. I think the beginning, the opening that was a little bit punchy was the peppers. I don't know, so the bottle is beautiful. It's like this rose gold color. I don't know if this is full bottle worthy. That's why I love having royalty scents, because I can really try out the products, get a feel for them. I think it's really interesting that this one is, the juice is red, but then the bottle is more of a light rose gold, but it's opaque so you can't see the juice. But I like this one. Honestly, I like all three of them. They're just very different. These are not blind buys. These are not your everyday easy reach fragrance unless you really know your nose. I want to keep playing with these fragrances and see if any of them are full bottle worthy, but check back in with me because next month I'll get a new box of royalty scents that I want to share with you guys. Let me know if you've tried royalty scents. Let me know what you think. Let me know which fragrances you've tried. If there's any fragrances that you would like to try. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you have any of these fragrances and what you think about them. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit that little notification bell to be notified of future videos. Smell you later.